Hi, welcome to my not a sewing video. As you may have guessed, I'm sick. I have seasonal bronchitis, which I have not had since the 3.5, almost 4 years since we moved to Washington. I used to get it twice a year when I lived in Utah, and I'd lose my voice and I'd be all gucky and gross. And I'm blaming this bronchitis on my trip because I think going to a new place and being with all the on the other side of the United States with all of their stuff that's growing and their fall that's falling, and then coming back here, I think it just stuff and things. I'm really tired. My throat hurts. Obviously, my voice is super croaky, so I realized you didn't get a video last week. It's mostly because I was coming home from my trip. We got home late Sunday, and then I was trying to hide how gross I am, you guys. I'm so gross. I haven't washed my face or my hair. How's that? Is that better? I feel like that's better. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. I owe you 2 videos. This is a compilation of some random videos I recorded during my trip. They are not in order because I don't know how to edit well. And I didn't do a whole lot of filming because I was too busy enjoying my trip. But hopefully you'll get to see the beautiful place where I was and the fun that was had. And I have some more stuff from my trip coming up, including just the most amazing video clip and a new project, which I will share with you in a few weeks. Anyway, lots of love. That's not love. What's love? This is love, right? Lots of love. Bye. Hi everyone. I'm in Colonial, Williamsburg. This beautiful street behind me is the more modern area of Colonial, Williamsburg, in the shopping and food district called Market Square. We are here because turns out Merchant Square. Sorry, I got it wrong. Merchant Square. We are here because it turns out all of the food places in the Colonial area are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. And turns out when we got over here, like a lot of the places over here are closed too. So no one wants to feed me. I'm having a really hard time with that because I'm getting hangry. Handsome husband is being very patient. Day 1, we got a late start because we overslept due to the no sleep, like 24 hours of no sleep we got. But hopefully once I get food in me, things will brighten up. So I will check in with you later. Okay, bye. So handsome husband went to get us tickets for a witch trial, and that is apparently based on the actual trial that took place, one of them here in Colonial, they have the detailed account, except that the outcome was not included. So those who are watching the trial get to determine the outcome. So I'm off on a little walk, enjoying the breeze and light rainfall. I basically have Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg, to myself right now, which is amazing. I do suggest, if you're going to come on vacation here and you're trying to decide what days, don't come on Mondays and Wednesdays. Almost everything is closed. A lot of stuff is closed down on Mondays and Wednesdays, and a lot of the activities and whatnot don't take place on these days. It is kind of fun to have essentially a colonial era ghost town to myself. Handsome husband is nowhere to be seen, so I'm not 100% sure that I'm walking in the correct direction. And it is possible that I may get myself lost. But there is something absolutely charming about the idea of getting lost here. Oh, there's a horse. Sorry, I just love animals. Do you see the horse? Way over there. Oh, he's pretty. So until I find my handsome husband, I'm going to continue walking about. I have no idea if this has any interest to anyone, but I just find it kind of whimsical and magical, and I get to look at all these amazing buildings with their amazing brick. You can see all of this original brick down here and how well they're... Oh! Of course, the best sight in all of Williamsburg is the sight of the handsomest of husbands walking towards me, hopefully with good news. Day one of Colonial Williamsburg is now behind us, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to say that despite the rainy and cold weather, apparently it was in the mid-50s today, and despite a lot of things being closed, we still had so much fun, so beautiful to walk around in, and at night it is just haunting. These beautiful buildings, and the street lamps are very far apart, so it just gives you like a spooky feeling. We went to the witch trial tonight that they have in the courthouse, another gorgeous building. I will show you pictures. And it is based on an actual witch trial that took place. But during the War of 1812, a lot of the paperwork and documents got lost. So that's why we don't know how it ended. And I am sad to say that at the end of the trial, she was determined to be a witch by her peers, which was basically us, the audience. Now, I abstained from voting. I know it's all in good fun, but I have to admit, I got a bit emotional during the trial. And I'm going to get a bit emotional now while I talk about it for a minute. Because the actors were all very good. And the man who plays kind of the bailiff character, beforehand, he tells us, try to put aside your modern way of thinking and think about back then and the information that was not available to them back then, and what their beliefs, common beliefs were, and how everyone Like religion was just embedded in society back then. And, think about it. And about halfway through the trial, my husband heard me kind of gasp and tear up. And I said, they would hang her. Because I'm listening to her neighbors say that, she wears men's clothes at home when no one is around, and she has been seen dancing in the field. And when her neighbor was pressuring her to sell some land. By the way, her husband is dead, so this woman has no man to stand up for her, which back then, as a woman, you basically needed the security and protection of a man, whether it's your father, your brother, your husband. So she didn't have a man in her life anymore. She told her neighbor to mind his own business, or what did she say? Mind your own business, or it was like, or you'll get what's coming to you, or something like that.
A terrible fate.
Something like that. So, anyway, and the next day, his wife miscarried. His wife, who had born 3 uneventful, perfect children, suddenly miscarried at 7 months for no logical reason that they could tell, which to him was the witch's curse coming forth. And then they had another, and the wife bore witness about this, and then they had another neighbor come forward and talk about how she woke up in the middle of the night and the witch was there with the devil, and the witch turned her into a horse and rode her all over the countryside and all this stuff. And they determined that this was called spectral evidence. And it wasn't admissible in this type of court. But if it was an ecclesiastical court, it would have been admissible. Anyway, just all of this stuff. And as they're speaking, I'm realizing, based on their beliefs, based on the evidence at hand, based on the witness who kept interrupting and getting angry and everything, I mean, back then, outspoken women who were alone, she was a landowner basically because her husband died, and the guy who's accusing her, his land abuts hers, so probably wants to buy her land. She would have been condemned as a witch, and it just broke my heart. And what was sad is the saddest thought I had was about the wife of the man who was accusing her, the one who had the miscarriage. Because back then, women weren't stupid, but from the time they were born, they were taught that men knew better, that men... Don't crack your knees. I'm making a video. You're so rude. Go away. Shh. Oh my gosh, he's so rude. Anyway, that men knew better. And then they're married off to a man at an early age, 13, 14, and told that this man, their husband, is now the man in their life who knows better. And their ecclesiastical leader knows better, and their judges and their governing bodies know better than them. So even if they have a thought in their head that, oh, maybe this, or maybe something different than what everyone else is saying, they're automatically going to say, well, no, that contradicts men, and the men in my life know better. So this wife who's standing up there saying, well, of course, it was the witch's curse that caused me to miscarry, fully believed this because her husband told her it was. it was a profound and awesome experience. And sitting in the courthouse, watching this case being done by candlelight, it was amazing. And I'm so glad we went. And I'm so excited to see what is ahead of us this week. Tomorrow is Yorktown, the original settlement out here. And so I'm just bursting. I'm so excited. That's it for tonight. And yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow.